We are live. Welcome to this week's accountability call from obviously the former Athlete Society, this Skool community. Want to welcome you guys here, everybody that is attending, both in person, but also just watching this recording. Maybe you couldn't make the call, so you are jumping on, watching the live recording in your free time. And that's the great thing about having an asynchronous opportunity to do these accountability calls. As always, again, my name's Adam Ringler. Welcome to everybody that's new in our Skool community. Welcome to these Tuesday accountability calls. It's 9 a.m. This is an opportunity for us to sort of set the week off right, develop a plan, establish a plan, communicate that plan, and then ultimately execute it. And that's what's really matters. And that's important because I think the moment that you can communicate what you're doing and you're sharing it, you're broadcasting it, you're publishing it, you're letting others know, you begin to create some accountability in it. And that is really important, especially post-collegiate lifestyle when you are now transitioning from your playing days into your professional days. That's when you need that support structure. That's something that we often lose as you graduate, leave university, leave college, move on to your own life, if you will. You lose some of that structure. You don't have a coach waiting for you at the weight room or the practice courts or wherever your practice environment is. You don't longer have an athletic trainer waiting for you, depending on you to show up. So we sometimes lose the structure of our normal week, and it's really important for us to have some level of accountability to ourselves, to others, to establish those habits. And that's what these accountability calls are all about. So, like I said before, this is for us to establish a plan, communicate a plan, and to discuss some of the things related around training. This isn't our Q&A call that we do on Thursdays where you show up, you bring questions, I answer them to the best of my ability through the nearly 20 years of my coaching experience. But this is just, again, it's accountability check-in. It's for me to check in on you. It's for you to check in on yourself and for us to share what we're doing. So I want to tell you a couple different things just to lead off these discussions. It is, like I said, it's our Accountability Tuesday. I did not train yesterday. In full transparency, I am not perfect. I'm like you. I am well past my collegiate days. But one thing that I am doing is being incredibly flexible, right? I talked about that last week. If you can tell in my voice, I'm feeling a little bit better. I actually just finished a training session. It was about 59 minutes long out there on the weight room floor. And you're probably like, Adam, you've shared your training philosophy and your discussion, your training days. Typically, I train or resistance train Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do conditioning immediately thereafter, 30 minutes. Although I'm going to have to push that to after this accountability call because my training went right up to the start of this call. I'm still sweating from my workout, my resistance work, but I typically train Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, today is a Tuesday. It's our Accountability Tuesday. Adam, why are you training today? The reason I'm training today is because I didn't train yesterday. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. Tuesday or Monday was a crazy day for me. I woke up, had a dentist appointment that I had to go to. That pushed my morning a little bit later. We had a coaches meeting that I had to attend. That took a full hour. We then, right immediately there afterwards, had a continuing education course that I had to teach to our intern staff here. And then that bled immediately into 2 back-to-back individual sessions across campus that I had to conduct that led right into practice. There was literally no time to train. Oh, and by the way, somewhere in this crazy day, I had to record an hour. It's actually turned out to be about 71 minutes long of a webinar for a prior engagement that I've signed up to for a continuing education course. So yesterday was crazy. I could not have feasibly fit my training into that day. So what did I do? I adapted, and that's the nature of having a flexible plan. So I'm pushing all of my resistance work to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I have to train Saturday. We have a game. I'll be in Ames, Iowa at that point in time, traveling with our women's basketball team. So I'll conduct a hotel workout on Saturday morning. I'll push my conditioning to what will be Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Sunday. And And that will give me my 3 dedicated 45-minute session cardio sessions. I will still get my resistance work in Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'll have my cardio sessions there afterwards. And you know what? We're flexible. We have to adapt. That's the nature of it. Life's going to get in your way. Your kids might get sick. You might have a deliverable you need to perform at work. You might have some obligations with church and family and other things, and you just have to find a way to get it in. So that is my lesson for us today, is that depending what life throws at you, still be flexible, still get your training in, make it the best possible. There's a legendary coach, Dan Paff, who always shared with all of his coaches that he worked for, is try to make plan B as close to plan A as possible. So listen, I couldn't execute plan A, right? I had a deviation of my scheduling. Well, you know what? I'm going to make my plan B as close to plan A as possible. Shift all the days, and that's good enough, right? Now, if another roadblock comes in, what do I need to do? Well, I've already shared on these accountability and Q&A calls our minimum effective dose: 2 weight room sessions, 2 conditioning sessions a week. So maybe I drop one of my conditioning days, make it up later in the week. I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing lean muscle mass right now and building a little bit of muscle on this frame. So I'm not going to drop my weight room days. I'm going to keep those static at 3 sessions a week. But maybe I move one of my conditioning days. Maybe I can only get 2 conditioning days in, right? I still hit the minimum effective dose, but I'm getting a little bit more than what I wanted on my resistance work. But that's my goal. My goal remains my goal. Dan John, another famous strength conditioning coach, would always say is the goal is to keep the goal the goal. So often we move the goalposts, we change goals. We're kind of, I want to get leaner. I want to get cut. I want to have a defined 6-pack. And then you get 2 or 3 weeks in and you're like, oh man, I'm losing muscle mass. I need to get more muscle. So you change your programming, you eat a little bit more calories, and now you're starting to maybe get a little muscle. You're starting to get a little softer, and you're like, oh my goodness, I want to get my abs back, right? The goal is to keep the goal the goal. So if I want to lean muscle mass, then I need to keep my weight room sessions, right? If I wanted to lean out a little bit more, then I need to keep my conditioning sessions and my nutrition on point. So that is my recommendation is when things get chaotic, try to keep your goal the goal and try to make your plan B as close to your plan A as possible. So still prioritizing protein, 280 grams of protein every single day. My carbohydrates are generally pretty low. I'm fluctuating between 80 to 115 grams of carbohydrates every day. My fats are 50 to 70-ish, I want to say. So my calories are slightly below maintenance because I'm training pretty resistance work pretty heavy. But at the same time, I am trying, summer's coming up and summer trips are coming up, and want to go to Lake Michigan, look great, and in my nearly 40s. And that's my goal. That's what I'm training for, right? So your goal might be different. You might be training for a marathon. You might be training for a half marathon. You might be training for something. But my goals are my goals. Your goals are your goals. What's important is that we appreciate them, we support them, we encourage them, we try to build each other up and make each other better. That's what the Former Athlete Society is all about. That's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. That's what I'm trying to encourage myself to do and hold myself accountable to those things. So I want to hear a couple of different things from you. For those that are watching this, I'm going to drop it into our community posts. Obviously, it's going to be in the classroom section under our accountability call, so you can just navigate to today's date. You'll see it. I'll link our discussion post to this. But I want to hear about, what are your goals for this week? What are you trying to accomplish? Now, I already know for my goals, right? I gotta make my plan B as close to plan A as possible. I have to get a hotel workroom or workout while we're in the road. Our in Ames, Iowa, competing against Iowa State. Ames, Iowa? No. I have to look at that. My locations might be wrong. I'm terrible regarding the Big 12 conference here, but we will nonetheless, I have to get a hotel workout Saturday. So you hold me accountable to that. I'll hold you accountable. Now, I need to get conditioning sessions. We leave on Friday. I need to make sure I get a conditioning session in on Friday. I need to get a conditioning session in tomorrow. I need to get all of my 30-minute conditioning sessions after the hotel workout on Saturday, and then Thursday's workout, and then I still owe it today. So I'm locked in, guys. I am so hyper-focused on doing what I need to do to make the changes that I want to make. I want to know about what changes you want to make. I want to know what your goals are. And I want to hear a little bit about the plan in which you're going to establish to be able to get those things done. Because a goal without a plan is just a wish. And I want you guys not to wish for what you want. I want you guys to execute a plan as ruthlessly as you would trying to compete for a national championship or All-American status. That's what you owe yourself. And I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So drop into the discussions in the comments of this post as it hits the discussion board and let me know what your goals are for this week. It is Tuesday, the 4th, February 4th, 2025. What are you going to accomplish in the next 6 days as we go through the remainder of this week until we get to next week? Let me know in the discussion post below. I'm excited for all of our new members to join us. Welcome you guys to the Former Athlete Society. This is a special group. Again, it's only for former collegiate athletes, and I want you to be a part of it. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the discussion posts below. And until next time, we have our Thursday call coming up this Thursday. That's our Q&A call. And if you haven't already, check out the masterclass that I just dropped in our classroom section. It was all about habit formation, ways that you can develop good habits, ways that you can break bad habits. You can find that in the classroom section of the Former Athlete Society. So see everyone next time. Appreciate you.